how do we set big goals, smash big goals?
Sometimes you set the goal and it seems unlikely that you can obtain the goal, but it's a matter of setting an intention, setting a plan of action every single day where you're not going to make excuses. You're going to take action even when you don't feel like it.
How do we get these big, these gorgeous, these juicy goals accomplished? Okay, so there's 7 steps that we're gonna walk you through, and we're gonna give you some really cool examples. I know for some of us, it's a little bit of a struggle, right? I remember, and then sometimes still it a little bit like catches me, right, from a left side. But how do we get to the point where we can set goals, we can achieve them, there's no drama, that would be wishful thinking, right? But how do we also like achieve goals that are not too ginormous, where it's almost like I don't even see myself accomplishing that, that's like too huge, right? But then we also want to stay away from setting really tiny baby goals that are not inspiring you to get out of your comfort zone. So we got to find that beautiful balance, and we want to help you do just that. So step number one is we want to decide, all right? It's almost silly, honestly, to set goals for like 5 years or 10 years. I think Tim Ferriss was talking about that, and he's like, dude, yes, okay, so you set a goal for where you want to be 5 years from now, but let's say you do a video tomorrow and that video goes viral, right? And then all of a sudden your life has completely changed, and then your 5-year goal became like your 90-day goal. Do you know what I mean? So what I am a huge believer of is I love to plan like 12 months in advance. I think it's very, very doable. And then you break it up into quarters and you kind of get a grasp of, okay, so I want my business, and we like talking about business and we like talking about money because you can count it, you can kind of like see your numbers, you can track some stuff, right? But then of course you can apply the same formula for your personal stuff. Like I set a lot of personal goals. I believe it. We set health goals, we set beauty goals. You know, you got to have those things. You got to have those things in place as well. So let us decide, right? Number 1 is decide. Decide.
Make a decision.
Okay, so number 2, write it down, because there's something magical that happens, right? If you look at your conscious mind is like a flea and your subconscious mind is like an elephant, how do you communicate between the 2 brains? Is you write it down. And that's how your flea communicates to the elephant. You engage the whole body, you engage the whole universe, law of attraction, law is activated, okay? Number 3 is you share with your family, you share with a friend, you share online. You know what is really, upline. You know, something really awesome happens. It's called social accountability, right? Accountability usually is that missing piece.
That's the reason we hire an expert. That's the reason we hire someone to help us accelerate the process instead of us just winging it and figuring it out on our own.
What if you could fast forward your struggle 5 years? You know, so before we got into this whole online gorgeous space of operation, we had no idea what we were doing. So we saw that it was a weakness, and we go, okay, so we have a choice on our hands right now. We can either struggle our way to the top, like struggle.
Which we did that also.
Yes. Or we can struggle accelerated. Do you know what I mean? Like we can quickly get the route that's the fastest. So we're going to share with our family. We're going to share with our upline. We're going to share with our team, because that breeds accountability socially, right? Number 4, okay, so now we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty, and I really love, you guys, we get excited to talk about number 4, because this is where the pavement hits the car wheels, right? So you're gonna break it down.
The rubber hits the road?
Yes. We're going to break it down into daily activity goals. Too many people out there, they're overestimating how much they can achieve their first year in business, their first couple of years in business, not recognizing that most businesses fail within their first 3 to 5 years in business, right? And you're looking to create a professional level of income. And so many people go, oh, well, let me just wing it and hope I make a professional level of income. So that's just so silly. So we need to stop with the whole being so attached to the result, right? So how do we set ourselves up for success? Well, step 4 is we break down our goal into our daily to-do, and then we become very focused on just crushing our activity goals.
That's right, baby.
Baby, talk about the 100 boxes.
So back in the day, we would do
100
this
boxes.
100 box challenge.
Okay.
Where essentially your goal was to do 100 presentations in 30 days, get 100 people in front of the opportunity video, the overview. Now you could say 100 people that you ATM. You could do 100 group chat challenge.
You could do 100 referral posts.
Referral post challenge. Whatever you want to focus on this month, but think about it.
Okay.
If you're like, okay, I got 100 boxes. My goal this week is to fill up 25 of those boxes. I got to get 25 humans in an ATM group. I got to get 25 of those humans in a group chat with my upline.
Yep.
I got to get 25 humans to post up a referral post. Whatever your goal is. And here's what I'll tell you.
Okay.
If you outwork someone with more skill, you will eventually outproduce someone with more skill. Eventually, if you continue to show up, eventually, if you're doing the work long enough, you'll start to see the results. The results will absolutely follow the activity because you get better.
And you know, one thing I love to do personally is I love to troubleshoot like weak points one at a time.
Right.
And I love talking about that because I think sometimes we overlook it, or maybe we just get comfortable with the fact that this area of our life sucks. But here's one thing that I really love, and I love to ground myself in this truth that I learned from Brendon Burchard. And here's where he talks about there's only 2 narratives in humanity. There's 2 stories, one of struggle and one of progress, right? So identify what's the number 1 struggle for you right now, right? What is that number 1 struggle, and how can you create progress every single day in that area? And that's step 5 for you, is you got to show up daily and you got to create progress every single day. And honestly, when you really dial it all back, Tony Robbins talks about this, that happiness equals progress. How do you lead a life that's inspiring to you and inspiring to others? Right. Well, you got to start with your happy, happy, happy. And what creates happy? Progress creates happy, right? And progress, we all have it. Well, no. Struggle, we all have it, but progress, my friends, not everybody subscribes to that little notion.
Right.
So if you subscribe to that every single day, you show up every single day and you focus on your activity goals, not the results goals, results will come if you show up every single day.
That's right. And this is why I think the 100 box challenge is so good. I'd recommend you get a whiteboard, somewhere where you can see it in your house.
Good.
Somewhere where you can see it and you walk by, you're like, dude, I didn't fill up a box today, or I got to fill up like 5 boxes a day to get through the week because I've only gotten, 20 this week and it's already the 7th day of the week, right? Because if you say I want to do 100 boxes, I'm going to get 100 people in my ATM groups. I'm going to do 100 group chats with my upline. I'm going to do 100 referral posts, whatever. Now, look, do you have to do it in 30 days? You don't have to.
So number 6 is you have got to keep going. You just have got to keep going. And you have to believe that you are going to cultivate this gorgeous life that you visualize, but it doesn't happen overnight. Rome was not built overnight. The success that we experience today, I'm so grateful, but we build it brick by brick. Now, the cool thing is...
And it was painful. But looking back, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I love that you said that.
It really wasn't. When you take a look at New York City, when you take a look at New York City, it didn't happen overnight and it didn't happen just with one person. So the cool thing is, once you cultivate this goal of yours, this dream you're looking to create, what's awesome is you can then look for really awesome shortcuts, if you will, where you can have a coach or you can, outsource, you can get your kids on this big idea that you have. You enroll your team into it, right? And the dream team will get you the dream life. I love it.
It's so important for us to have that long-term vision for what we want to create, have big goals, big vision, big dreams. However, none of that is relevant if you don't show up daily, weekly, and monthly. And obviously yearly, right? Those goals, Those activity goals will help you yield the results-based goals. And when you hit your activity goal, celebrate.
Number 7, you celebrate.
Yes, Ray does like a dance party Friday or something.
Oh.
Everybody does dance videos in his group. I know I've got some teams that actually do the same thing where on Fridays they celebrate with dance videos.
Oh my gosh, we should sign up for a dance class.
It's just an idea, right?
Yeah.
Find ways to celebrate with your kids, get them involved. Say, hey guys, if mommy and daddy do their 100 boxes this month, we're gonna go to Sizzler.
We're gonna get you an ice cream cake. That's what motivates our kids.
Yeah.
So if you guys got value from this conversation, let us know in the comments. I'm telling you, it brings us so much joy. Like for John and I, this is our labor of love to come to you, to help you with answers, get you inspired, get you, a little bit also entertained. I believe this is how we all build a
You entertain me, baby.
pack. This is, baby, why you look so good. Notice.
I missed you.
Pay attention, baby. Notice you're energetically, just overall, you're just glowing. Why? What could it be? What could it be?